Hello, beautiful people. It's a beautiful day. Um, Welcome back, you all God's children. And let's all be grateful for the mornings we have, for the days we have, because not everyone gets the opportunity to wake up in the morning, and we are one among the lucky ones who are still surviving today. So I cannot be thankful enough and grateful enough for the day that I have. And yeah, let's all start with a grateful heart, a gratitude above all. Let me go ahead with the Bible reading that I started. So I will be reading today Genesis chapter 6, from chapter 6. So let's see how much I can read. Origin of the Nephilim. When people began to increase on earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that they were very beautiful, so they married as many as they chose. The Lord then said, "My spirit will not remain in man forever, for he is indeed flesh. His span of life will be 120 years. At that time there were Nephilim on the earth, and afterwards as well, when the sons of God went in to the daughters of man and had children by them. These were the heroes of all, men of renown. The flood. When the Lord saw that human wickedness had increased on the earth, and the thoughts of his heart shaped nothing but evil the whole day, the Lord recreated, having created man on the earth, and his heart grieved. He said, "I will destroy man whom I created and blot him out from the face of the earth, as well as the beasts, creeping things, and birds, for I am sorry that I made them." But Noah found favor with God. This is the story of Noah. Noah was a just man, blameless among the people of his time, a man who walked with God. Noah became the father of three sons: Sem, Shem, Sem, Ham, and Japheth, Japhet, Japheth. The earth became corrupt in God's sight, and was full of violence. God saw that the earth was corrupt, for corrupt indeed was the way of all mortals. The Lord said to Noah, "I have decided to destroy all people, for the earth is filled with violence. Because of them, this is why I will destroy them, and with them the earth. As for you, build an ark of cypress wood. You will make rooms in the ark and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is the way you will make it. The length of the ark 300 cubits, the width 50 cubits, the height 30 cubits. You will put a roof on the ark and finish it within a cubit from the top. Put a door in the side of the ark and have lower, middle, and upper decks. I am about to bring flood water on the earth to destroy the earth, to destroy all life under the heavens, every creature that has the breath of life. Everything on earth will perish, but I will establish my covenant with you. You shall come into the ark, you, your wife, your sons, and your sons' wives with you. You shall bring into the ark two of every kind of living thing, male and female. to keep them alive with you, of the bird, the animals, and all creeping things on the ground, according to their own kind. Two of every sort shall come in to be kept alive with you. Take with you every sort of food that is eaten. Make a store of it, and it will be your food. It will be food for you and them. And Noah did everything as God had commanded him. The Lord said to Noah, "Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I see that you are righteous before me in this generation. Of all the clean animals, you are to take with you 7 of each kind, male and female, and a pair of unclean animals, a male and a female. In the same way, for the birds of the air, take 7 pairs, male and female, to keep their kind alive over all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth, and for 40 days and 40 nights I will blot out from the face of the earth all the living creatures that I have created." Noah did all as the Lord has commanded. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters covered the earth. So Noah went into the ark with his children, his wife and his sons, wives to escape the waters of the flood. Clean and unclean animals, birds, and all the all that crawls on the earth went into the ark with Noah. They went 2 and 2, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days, the waters of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600 years of Noah's life, in the second month, and on the 17th day of the month, all the mountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of heavens were opened. And there was a downpour on the earth, lasting 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day, Noah went into the ark, as well as Sam, Ham, and Japheth, his sons, and his wife, and his 3 daughters-in-law. All the animals according to their kind also entered into the ark. All the cattle, all the creeping things that crawl on the ground, on the earth, and all the birds according to their kind, all the flies and everything with wings, they came to Noah. They came to Noah in the ark, 2 and 2, all creatures that had breath of life in them. And those that went in were male and female, just as God had commanded. Then the Lord closed the door behind Noah. The flood lasted for 40 days on the earth. The water rose and lifted the ark and raised it above the earth. The water rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. The water rose more and more above the earth, and all the high mountains under the heavens were submerged. The waters had risen and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 20 feet. Every living thing that moved on the earth died: bird, cattle, wild beasts, everything that swarmed on the earth, and all mankind. All on the face of the earth that had the breath of life in its nostril died. Every living being on the face of the earth, man and animals and creatures that crawls and birds of the air, were wiped off the earth. Only Noah was left, and those that were with him in the ark. The water flooded the earth for 150 days. Then God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and cattle that were with him in the ark. God made a wind blow over the earth, and waters subsided. Then the fountains of the depth and the floodgates of the heavens were closed, and downpour from the heavens were held back. The water gradually receded from the earth, and after 150 days it had abated. In the seventh month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark rested on the mountain of Ararat. The water continued to recede until the 10th month. On the first day of the 10th month, the mountain tops could be seen. At the end of the 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark and that he had built, and let a raven out. This went off and kept flying to and fro until the waters had dried up from the earth. Then Noah let out a dove to see if the waters were receding from the earth. But the dove could not find a place to set its foot and flew back to him in the ark, for the waters still covered the surface of the whole earth. So Noah stretched out his hand, took hold of it, and brought it back to him in the ark. He waited 7 more days and again sent the dove out from the ark. This time the dove came back to him in the evening with a fresh olive branch in its beak. Then Noah knew the waters had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove again, but it did not return to him any more. In the year 601, in the year 601, in the first month, on the first day of the month, the waters dried up from the earth. Noah then removed the covering from the ark and looked out and saw that the surface of the earth was dry. On the 77th day of the second month, the earth was dry. Then God said to Noah, Come out of the ark, you and your wife, your son and their wives with you. Bring out with you all the living things that are with you, all the things of flesh, birds, cattle, and all that crawls on the ground, on the earth. Let them multiply on the earth, be fruitful and increase in number. So Noah went out with his son, his wife, and his daughters-in-law with him. All the animals, all the birds, all that creeps on the earth came out of the ark, one kind after another. Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking from every clean animal and every clean bird, he offered burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said to himself, Never again will I curse the earth because of the human race, even though the human heart devises evil from childhood. Never again will I strike down every living being as I have done. As long as the earth lasts, seed times and harvest, cold and heat, Summer and winter, day and night shall not cease to be. So let me end it here. And today's reading was a very beautiful, very meaningful, and it's a very heart touching one, right? See, man from the beginning have sinned and moved himself away from God by his disobedience, which is like uh, he was looking for, he was overcome by greed maybe, yeah, because he chose, um, I mean, he in the sense, both man and woman, I'm sorry, okay, I mean Adam and Eve was tempted, and she gave in to the temptation of the serpent, and they disobeyed and went away from God. But God was still with them. He was still stretching his hand out, reaching out for him, wanting to connect with the one that he created. Like, he considers his own creation as his children, like a father loves his son even if he disobeys. Like, we will come in the gospel later, one beautiful story there in the Bible, and I can't wait for that as well. So that's how man disobeyed God and strayed away, but God was still after him, and then he was still longing to reconnect with him, with God, with man. Okay, but then uh, man somewhat, I don't know, got discouraged and got further away, overcame by jealousy. Cain also murdered his own blood, his own brother. So, and sin became more and more, and man later on uh, considered themselves as gods, and then they were enslaved to flesh and body and pleasure. And this is how things have been added, since one sin after another. But still then God did not give up, and he was still chasing after man till now. He even gave his only son, to show that he has forgiven the original sin and the sins that was committed, if that was the case that made him go astray. But then man has been a very stubborn, and I don't know. So this is the thing that I wanted to relate with you. It is clearly seen that how powerful and strong the will of God is, and his love for man is so reckless. And here is a song that I wanted to relate with you, and it's a beautiful song. Let me sing this for you. You see you have been so good to me. For I took breath and drink your life in me. You say so good to me. The overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. You have been so, so good to me. Never the word, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I fall, leaves a 99. Couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. You won't let out, mountains you won't climb up, coming after me. These walls you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountains you won't climb up, coming after me. There's walls you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Shadow you won't light up, mountains you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Shadow you won't light up, mountains you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. The overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, this song, it's very beautiful song. It did really touches my heart. So here, what I wanted to give you the message is that when He is doing so much, coming for us, coming towards us in such a strong, forceful way, why can't we just help Him out a little bit, help ourselves a little bit to come closer with Him? So in this critical situation, what I wanted to relate is that we cannot do anything for the world and for the disease or the sufferings that we are facing it right now. The only thing we can do is we can only turn to Him and keep ourselves spiritually healthy and ready to receive Him, or to see what happens. See, we all owe a life to the faith, and then we cannot. It is very hard for us to predict nowadays what happens tomorrow, what happens next. So here the only thing we can do is turn to Him and be fully committed and surrender Him, and let's all get ready spiritually. And then here what I wanted to tell you, one thing is that, see, he has said that, see, we cannot contribute anything in this situation, but the only thing we can contribute is reach out to many people as possible to let them know that God is recklessly in love with us and it's coming for us. It is only that we didn't see, or we we are unable to see His mercy and love because of the sins that have covered us. So here, there used to be a saying that there was a song that, Lord, make me an instrument of your love, something like that. And this is a beautiful one. And then there is another one, light up, carry your candle, run through the darkness, lift up your na 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 na. Let's light up our own candle, and let's try to light someone else's candle as well, in the hope of trying to reach it out, trying to save, because we will die one day, and all we have is, the only hope that we have is that we will see each other in heaven. So how wonderful it will be when you are in this world and you try to help out someone, your family, your friends, or anyone, and then they come closer to God with you, and then you see each other in heaven. And this is going to be a very beautiful thing, right? So this is the word that I wanted to relate with you, and I am not going to be giving up anytime soon, because I want to reach out to as many people as possible in my own ways, to light up the candle once again about your spiritual health and awareness about your about your spiritual health. So I don't know how to say, but there are many things that I wanted to relate, and I hope you help me out and just give me some suggestions or comments in the below as well. And I would love to interact with you, and let's go ahead and let's be an instrument of God's love and mercy, and let's all be as one community again in heaven, in case if we leave this earth. So that is the thing that I wanted to relate to you. So here, you have a good day, and thank you so much for watching once again, and I will be doing another video again tomorrow. So keep updated and let's stay connected in Christ. Thank you so much, and bye bye.